Hi, Casey here. Belt Friends podcast. It's been a minute. I wanted to record a short little video before we get into my interview here with Mike, but just to give you kind of a update. When I say it's been a minute, it's been quite a few minutes, or a long minute, as the kids might say, since I recorded my last podcast. And that's not to say that I'm running from anything or it hasn't been in my heart. It truly remains in my heart. I just got busy, and then after a while of time going by, I'll be honest, it's hard to you kind of get nervous when it's gone by for too long to how do I start this up again. So I'm starting it up again. I've got some great people that I'm looking forward to introducing you guys to. And shame on me for it being so long. Last year I was at the convention, the NIBA convention, and I'm sorry for those who tune into this often. I always use NIBA, the National Industrial Belting Association. Yes, we have a group of us belt nerds who get together, but it was very heart-rending to hear so many people come up and thank me for doing this and making introductions to people, and those people getting introduced to other people as they went through the convention. At times they probably felt like celebrities, but they also were honest people doing what we were all doing there. And I've had people outside of the belting community talk to me too, and it just keeps rewarding itself. And I'm grateful for it because George has been so key in this and very helpful that he has all the tools and the talent to do this. And I was just talking to him about that because I'm excited about this year's convention. George is going to be there with me, and George is not only going to be helping me do some podcasting while I'm there, he's going to be doing photography for NIBA, and I'm very excited. I follow George's work, and he's a hell of a photographer, and he's going to shine a bright light on us all. So looking forward to his energy being there, getting together with more people, a lot of time-honored friends of this industry, and that's what they are. They're friends. Once I've gotten to know them, the rewards keep coming. And I'm doing this for myself, but more importantly to get a lot of people noticed that just to hear their story. And of course that dovetails into what they do and what they contribute in our industry. And I'm geeked. I think it's important because in being, now I'm a part of NIBA. Thank you, Stephanie Davis. Give credit where credit's due. She got me on one of the member committee, one of the committees for setting up the convention. And that's been rewarding. I went to a meeting to where we'll be attending in Texas and start to rub elbows with different folks. But there's a lot of creative juices flowing because we're trying to get the word out to young people who are trying to figure out what they want to do in their lives, and why not belting? I mean, we're pretty niche. We're not going anywhere, and there's been a lot of evolve, and there continues to be. But we need the next generation to come in and fill some roles and take us to the next level. So I'm very interested with George's help and others to try to promote that some more, and again work with the various committees because I know they're just as driven to do that as well. And if this helps, I'm grateful for that too, because it was in my heart to at least share some kind individuals who've helped me grow. And I love watching everyone grow in this industry that I've met and who've been kind to me. So just keep it cyclical, keep it coming around. So, and I want to thank you. Thank you all for tuning into this. Whether you know anything about conveyor belting or not, it was just the vessel to tell most of our stories, because at one point you had to sign on the dotted line to get employed somewhere and see where it takes you. And I've seen a lot of people have it take them to different levels, management levels, or different levels of responsibility within departments or sales and things like that, and start a family and get a home. And it's just been tremendously rewarding for me as an employer, but very rewarding as a human being. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to keep this rolling, and I'm going to introduce all over again here shortly to Mike. So enjoy. Hi there, my name is Casey Hutchinson. I'm the president of Empire Rubber and Supply Company, and today I have the privilege of sitting down with Mike Wieland, vice president of sales at Mulhern Belting, Inc. And you're also the NIBA chair of the marketing committee, Mike. Welcome.
Well, wow. Thank you. It's been an honor that you even asked me to do this, and jumped on a plane right away.
Rock on. Well, the pleasure's mine. Thank you so much for coming out here. This means a lot to me, and I'm late getting back at this, so we're going to gain some traction together today, and I'm excited.
I like being the guinea pig.
Yeah?
Yeah, my whole life.
But in this example, we're two guinea pigs in the cage, so here we go. Well, welcome, Mike. Usually I like to start this off by handing it off to you to tell us about yourself, where you grew up, family, education, that sort of thing, before we know we're going to get into belting.
All right. Well, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born and raised there. Been there, was born in 1969, so people out there can do the quick math. Ended up going to Southeast Missouri State University, and once I got out of there, I got into this crazy world that you're in now, and I have two daughters, both 25 and 27. The 25-year-old is getting married this October.
Congrats.
If I'm really stressed out in this interview, it's more of that than it is you asking me these tough questions or me asking you questions. So, yeah, I have a grandson with the oldest daughter. She's not married, but she's going through some stuff there personally. I like, I don't hide anything. So yeah, I have a 2.5-year-old grandson that's part of my life now, and just living every day out making sales calls and trying to make things happen for Mulhern.
Nice. Well, before Mulhern, you landed your feet in another business in the belting industry.
Yeah,
Straight to the belting industry?
Pretty much so. I came out of college and worked in the restaurant industry. I worked for Jeff Ruby. He's a pretty big culinary guy. Became a quasi sous chef. Learned at the Waterfront and Precinct in Cincinnati, Ohio during those times. I worked all the different jobs in the kitchen and was working 6-7 days a week, prepping food, doing meals. Was fortunate. I got to cook for Paula Abdul, got to cook for a lot of celebrities that came in. All the celebrities that come to Cincinnati usually eat at his restaurants. And so it was a pretty neat thing. And John Schaefer called me up one day, and I kept calling him and hired me on at Trico Belting in roughly 1992, if my memory's pretty good, and worked in the back for a little bit, did inside sales, and then he handed me a binder and he said, go sell belt to distributors, and that's what I did. And did that for about 4.5 years. Then decided that I was bigger than I was, and we came to a disagreement on some things like you all do. And I took about 8 months off, played golf, and got lucky. And Mulhern was looking for some things to do, and luckily got hired and been here ever since January of '97-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Rewind was in working in that industry prior to getting into belt. Was that you're wanting to be involved in the food, have your touch of having your own restaurant?
No, I was just trying to survive and make money.
Okay.
I paid for most of my college. I think my parents might have paid for the first semester, and I didn't get very good grades, so it was on me to figure out how to pay for the rest.
Yeah.
But when I came back, I wanted to get back to Cincinnati from Missouri. And when I was in high school, I dated a girl who, her father owned Cincinnati Transmission. And in the bottom of Cincinnati Transmission was John Schaefer, who had Midwest Drives and Regal Belting and Leather. Mm. And we just became friends. I would go down there, and our relationship evolved, and I would go to college. And then once I realized the food thing wasn't really where I wanted to go with that profession, he took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful that he brought me into this world.
Yeah. But no stopping inside sales, right to outside sales from the shop, or did you get any? Well,
John, he could probably remember it better than me, but yes, we did it the old school PIW. Yes, I did some background. Terry Wallace was our inside sales guy at Trico at the time, and would help, and he'd teach me the PIWs of cleats and indents and all of those things. And I did a lot of follow-up, and yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot.
Good building block.
Yeah.
So enter Mulhern. Yeah.
Yeah, I got in 97. We were going through a little bit of a transition during that period. All the inside salespeople had quit, or there was a turnover in Cincinnati, and I came in and brought George Ober back, which was I didn't bring him back. We all brought him back. He came back in and managed, and then I brought my brother in for a while to do inside sales, and we built it back up, and it was. I think it's the core of what we do best right now is getting back to people and still having that contact of talking to people on the phone and getting a quote and doing all that stuff. And then a salesman had quit, and they were like, "Do you want to go back into outside sales?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll gladly go." So I took over a territory, and it just snowballed from there like it always does. It was a blur. Next thing I know, we bought Nussbaum in 2001, and I moved to Chicago and was there for a good 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Moved my family.
Wow.
It was a lot of stress. It broke me, and it kind of, being honest, it broke a family in a way, because I put a lot of heart and soul into it. And when we got back to Cincinnati, got everything straightened out, but I got back in like 07, came back to Cincinnati, and we were going through a transition with Pat Kilcourse, our president at the time. Mm-hmm. So moved into the sales role of managing the outside guys, and that's another challenge on its own. So
right. I get it. It's a lot to have people representing you, not just a company along the way.
Yeah, and I pound for pound, I think we have great guys, but everybody's different. They're not robots, and you have to try and poke and prod to get them to be their best, and hopefully, better the whole company as a whole, and getting our word out about what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Wow. You got several locations. I was trying to tally that up. Is it 5 different locations?
We have 5 locations. We're headquartered out in New Jersey. And then the Monster plant's in Cincinnati, Ohio, our largest facility. We have one in Atlanta, one in Michigan City, Indiana, and another one in Kansas City.
Okay.
And another one coming someday.
Another one coming to be announced.
Yeah.
NIBA?
I hope so. No, well, that would be great. Yes. I would love for that to happen, but we'll see.
Fair enough. I'll wait with the rest of the world. The Mulhern family. I can speak towards nepotism, and there's been several generations there, and it's always kind of a crapshoot sometimes. But I've had nothing but good experiences with them, and you're going to tell us of nothing but good experiences with the Mulhern family today. Wink, wink.
You might want to interview them about me, because they'll probably say,
"Oh, there's going to be no holds barred."
Yeah,
then.
I would love that. No, they've been wonderful, and we're in the 4th generation now with Mike. Mm-hmm. And I've had fortune of Pat and Mike through my tenure since 1997, and just solid people to work for. It's been great, and hopefully they're the lineage, and it'll keep going on. But yeah, it's been a wonderful thing, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat it at this point in my life. There's ups and downs in everything that you do, and but at the end of the day, they got my back and I got theirs.
I can defend you. I can speak highly of the Mulhern family as well. They've been nothing but good to me in my exchanges and experiences with them in the past too. So.
Yeah, well, the company was founded in 1932.
Oh my!
In Manhattan.
Yeah.
As I understand it, the story is leather belting, and it's evolved into 5 operations and pretty much most capabilities out there, any capability when it comes to conveyor belt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everywhere from lightweight, you guys are handling food grade belts, real skinny stuff, onto heavy, I'm bouncing rock, thick black rubber stuff, right?
Yep, we cover the whole gamut. Most of your food, from monolithic all the way up to We do some 3-ply 600, about as high as we go. We get into cross rigid belts for sidewall and cleating applications, and pretty much have all the toys to do anything and everything to a conveyor belt. And we're pushing that envelope here over the next couple years. It's going to be real interesting to see where we go with it. So that's the fun part.
Yeah.
It's scary, but it's fun.
Well, you've been riding the horse for a while, Mike. You listed the dates of when you've started, so I'll let the listeners do the math, but
33
years. Okay. Welcome to the industry. Good Lord.
2 jobs. I'm pretty proud about that. I'm sure I could have had 20 jobs, but that's why I'm thankful. That's the thing with the Mulherns. I've crashed a few cars, I'm sure, along the way, and they've given me the liberty to fix it.
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciate.
How else are you going to learn sometimes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What about you? I'm switching. I'm familiar with the up here, but not like you. How long have you guys been around?
51. Wow. So yeah, my grandfather started it in 51, and he was his health took him maybe 20 years into doing this. He used to work for another. I think it was the old Goodyear out of Seattle, and he just got tired of people dictating what way it was going to be when he knew he could go to bat and go to market in his own merits and represent himself. So got a partner wanted out not too long after, who was just there kind of helping get started, and he retired, and then my grandfather bought him out, and then my dad started when he was 16. I started when I was 16. My son, the 4th generation, just started at 16 in June here. So
what's he doing? He's
working in my shop. So this is kind of a new one. His name's Ace, and he's working 3 days a week, just figuring it out. And
it's hard work back there. We got the glamour side over here, and
I'm really grateful for those boys. I mean, and not just because my son's joining them, but I've got some guys who've ridden in that saddle for a very long time doing that work, and they still have the zest for it. They still want to learn from things. I always remember them dragging like a splice back from the field, because we're full service. We'll vulcanize a belt endless, but gosh, they get mad if something failed. They're flipping it over, doing forensics, and they'll do it again, but they're damn well going to learn why they're doing it again. And you hang on to that. You usually value something like that and show it, and it comes back tenfold. Because shoot, some of them have been around 30 plus years now doing that work for us. So
I don't know how our guys do it. Sometimes I walk through there, and we've got some older guys running the slitter, and the work of the bar and lifting the rolls and even getting the roll into the slitter to get it. It's not easy work. Mm-hmm. And we're living in a world where you need a belt and they think it's on the shelf in 5 minutes. And it's like, wait a minute, I got to pull it from the 9,000 rolls we got out there.
Yeah.
Get it to the slitter and then slit it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
run it to the right length, all the fun stuff.
It's those guys. It's a hard job.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard.
Well, and then somebody had said it to me, even one of my podcasts had mentioned, once you do find something to do in our industry, you can take it anywhere. You really can. I mean, you and I went from having a knife in our hand to now we're, perhaps telling others what to do, or instructing on how to do it, or, making decisions at different levels that, boy, you and I couldn't have imagined.
Yeah, I remember John put me in the shop, and we were doing some belts for shooting ranges that had holes drilled in them. They'd taken 220 and 330 or whatever, and they were putting holes in them to hang as deflectors behind the local shooting range in Cincinnati. And I remember being on the ground punching them with a punch.
Not an Osborne and a hammer, was it?
And now we've got cam masters and water jets and all this other stuff. And I'm going, I think it's cool that your son's back there figuring out. I mean, that's what I think is cool, is that they understand what it really takes to produce what you're selling.
Oh yeah, how eye-opening. I mean, I'm sure through the Mulhern family it was, is their generations have kept sliding in, and for me it was. I mean, I started in the shop and was doing cleating and odd jobs of installing fasteners, and then part of the full service going out in the field and installing a belt. And there's nothing crazier than jumping out of the truck and then just figuring out where you're going to spot it, how it's going to string itself on, and get it to where you can work in a comfortable zone to then prepare the ends and splice it together. Meanwhile, it's raining like the devil. You can't control all the elements that are involved, and it's unique. And I'd work with some very driven guys who would, they'd get out and they'd almost set their watch to it. It's like, okay, I know that by this time I should have the belt in place here. By this time I should have it, prepped. And they would kind of time themselves so that they could beat some record that they already had established, or just kind of keep goal oriented in that regard. And that's important. You want guys who are driven and not just trying to drag the clock out, so to speak. So.
Yeah, but they're also an arm of your sales team by how they good of a job presenting and doing all that. That's why I tell everybody, everybody's in sales. It doesn't matter if you're in the back of the shop or not. You're in sales.
Oh yeah. And that's so true. I don't know if you've been with a shop guy out in the field or somebody who's a little more hands-on, but they're talking to them the whole time because they feel like they're the ones who are going to be the solution in this. You're just after the damn check, It's sometimes they're the way they view it, But I've walked away from those scenarios and going, you sold the belt today. It wasn't me.
Yeah. I've been out there. When we did installs, the Trico days, those guys strung it. They had to know how to, string, do all that. That was primarily lightweight. I don't know how you guys do the heavy stuff. It's scary to me to watch what some of you guys do. And when we had Mulhern and we bought Nussbaum and we were doing installs, our guys were just belt splicers. We never strung. We made the customer string it in that way if it was wrong. That's why we don't do installs anymore. I'm joking, but yeah, our guys were not. It's a different world in what you live in, but I think it's incredible.
Yeah. Well, likewise, I'm sending them out there to figure it out tomorrow, I'm sure, and it still is incredible. Rewarding. I mean, I like it because, shoot, every time you step up to a system, it's a new application. Something we haven't, how am I going to provide for that, let alone how am I going to change that out, Yeah. That's...
What's the longest belt you've ever done?
Oh, gosh. I know we've done a series of overlands, and we'd probably be talking maybe 3,000 feet of belt, something in the tune of that. And that's several splicing over a lot of days and pulling up, and the last splice wants to be clipped because you got to run out some belt for a while and let it get stretched out before you want to vulcanize that last section.
Wow.
But, yeah, it's unique. We've been in different environments over in the islands, in this neck of the woods certainly. Sometimes we've gotten on a plane and gone to different locations. We try to keep regional to Northwest for the most part.
How many crews do you have out?
Right now, I can get 2 crews, 3 if I, robbed from a different department and out of Portland, and then usually 1 dedicated crew out of Pasco.
And that's all mobilely set up. You're ready.
Yeah, we're throwing the ingredients in that we need. They'll get the press that they need, grab the right belt, make sure they've got foil or all the splice ingredients and things like that. So, wow. Yeah, you gotta be prepared the night before, and then the very next day could be a whole new recipe, a whole new belt, So with your current responsibilities in sales and that sort of thing, helping people and problem solving and managing people, you must enjoy it. What?
Really? Do I
you
look
keep
like
coming back for more.
That's why I'm not married anymore. Come on, it's the truth. It's a challenge. Again, it's trying to help them. I've taken on a new attitude over the last couple of years and I've tried to have this attitude beforehand. They don't work for me. I work for them. The outside guys, I work for them. That's what I've taken on the attitude of. that I'm there to help them get the ball in the end zone or whatever it is. I really don't care how we score anymore. It's how do we score as a team? How do we get everybody trying to move in the same direction, row the boat at the same time? You know, all the cliche coaching speak. But that's really what I want to do, and help them figure out avenues of what their what hurdles they have that they need. And that's what I'm trying to bring to the table for all of our team.
Yeah, I'm sure they value that, because they can certainly step up with what traits they have, but they have something to fall back and lean into when you both have the same goal in mind.
Yeah, and there's times where we don't know the answer, and we talk it out, and we go with what our gut says the best answer is for whatever particular situation it is, whether that's account strategy, who we're calling on, who we're going to do business with. It's really is a collaboration that we discuss out, and I like that. So sometimes there's some friction, and that's just the way it is.
Oh, I know how distributors can be. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Not all customers are created equal. I heard that once.
No. We just like the ones that pay in 30 days. No.
It doesn't matter what level you're selling on at that point.
Yeah. No. But it's not a sale, until you get paid.
Yeah, true. Oh my gosh, right? NIBA, and forgive me, audience, I'm guilty of mentioning that one without always breaking it down. Mike and I are both part of the National Industrial Belting Association, and both the companies that we work for are part of that, which is a gathering of belt folks that help me out here, because I go to the convention, but now I've been blessed with the opportunity to sit on a membership be a member of the committees that get together. What all does NIBA do besides meet up and have some drinks at the end of the year?
Well, it's really evolved a lot over the tenure that I've seen. When I first started I think the first one I was supposed to attend was 2001, and that was not a good year, as we know. For 9/11, it was canceled. And there was Katrina in 2005, and I don't mean to be negative. There was some bouncing around. I got involved and started going in 2007, I believe, full time. And then I got on membership committee. So that we've got membership committee, we've got program committee, we have edutech committee, and I'm sure I'm missing one, but and marketing, the one I'm doing. I forget the most important one. That's probably because I'm not doing that great a job at it, probably, because Mulhern's got me busy. But anyway, yeah, it's really evolved to the education part of it, because, like I said, John handed me a binder 33 years ago and said, go sell. We now offer lightweight training, which I'm involved with, which I'm heavily involved with, and we have heavyweight training with track train and troubleshoot, and it's allowing companies that want to invest in their people to send people to these courses to, in essence, learn from all of our mistakes. Because that's what we teach in our class. We teach a lot about applications. We teach about the construction of the belts. We teach about splicing. And I mean, it is a 30,000-foot view, but all of these services are available through NIBA now, where you can go in and get online training. You can get a little bit more information before you walk out into this world. And again, like anything, you get what you put into it. So if you come in wanting to learn and ask a lot of questions, these trainings to me are awesome. I love it. I love teaching, and I teach about all the mistakes I made, and most of the trainers that I work with we're the same way. We bring up applications, we bring up scenarios, we give them fake scenarios of what belt to put in certain applications based on the sample decks that they have. And we teach them about carcasses and compounds and all of that stuff. So NIBA's really evolved into an educational entity that a lot of resources. There's a lot of other things you can get out of there. They're doing things for smaller companies in shipping, logistics, helping those types of companies. We offer a marketing Sandler program for sales training. We offer a NIBA MBA program, which is a really good course that allowing you to learn a lot of the stuff for an MBA in belting, as far as, and the first run, we had like 50 plus people in that course, and it was online, all over Zoom, an hour every 2 weeks. And then we had breakout sessions in there where we would compare and talk about management styles and different things. And so I think it's just, it's a big sharing of information, and it's not, that's helpful. I think it's all making us better.
Yeah.
In some ways. So, and it allows, obviously, the convention, which you've been to. It's bringing all these people together to do the expo, to see what new widgets are out there and what's going on and what's the latest. And it allows, you think about the expense of it, for you to fly around to all these different things and go look at them. You have it all in one spot. Yeah. Usually in a pretty nice place with alcohol.
Yeah.
It's
perks.
It's, it's definitely turned into more of a business meeting than it used to be from the older days of just a big old party.
Yeah.
So, and there was nothing wrong back then. It was a good party.
I'm sure it was, but damn it, business crept in, and now we're doing well with it. I can speak to that. I value sitting at a table full of people I don't know and just starting to network. You network through conversation.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
I've made more friendships in the pool at resorts than I have anywhere on any sales call. And it's, you're in your bathing suit, you're stripped down, and you're having a drink, and it's been a great relationship building things, and that's, the networking is obviously, that's what anybody will tell you is the number one. But there's a lot of other things that have, and it's great. I think it's great for the industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like being a part of it. I got to be honest. It's very rewarding for me. The teaching part's fun.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think anybody would want to listen to me. They probably still don't, but they pay now to do it. And
you must have made enough mistakes to listen to.
Oh, I've made a lot. I'm sure we're going to make a few more.
That's awesome.
So yeah, come on out to Texas, belting people. We've got more room. The Gaylord, you were there?
Yeah, I was there when we went for our series of meetings in February. Yeah. And maybe we should speak to that, because I know that we're opening that door to the expo this year to some of the local colleges. Help me get this right.
We're going to offer expo passes for paid members.
There we go.
And off the top of my head, I should know, but you're allowed maybe 5 passes per distributor who's attending. So if you have 2 people attending, you probably have 10 people come. And yes, they're going to try and get some younger blood into understanding what our industry is. That's the big key in our whole industry, is getting young talent to come here rather than influencer on TikTok or whatever it is. And I'm not no handout than that, because my oldest daughter does a lot of that, and it does very well doing that. But yeah, it's hopefully open people up to our industry and try and get more talent into the industry. So they're going to be allowed to attend the expo and kind of see what we do.
Yeah. Well, what a tremendous opportunity, because we're at a new city every year, and if we keep opening that door in that way, young people might know what the belting industry is, because you and I didn't know anything about this. Well, I did, because it was coming home to my household, but
yeah. Well, we're working on that in the marketing committee. We need to do a better job, and that includes myself, as far as we have the scholarships, which I'm sure you're aware of, the NIBA scholarships, presidential, and the other one, each one of them, there's 5 presidentials at $4,000, and then the other ones at $2,000. There's 5 of those. And we're trying to change that. We're working on a change to bring more trade school people in, rather than university scholarships. So hopefully, broaden that scope to get those kids that want to learn a trade. And how we'll do that is give the money back to Empire for you to send people to the lightweight training or the heavyweight training. We'll give you credit in those scholarship money to people that you want to invest in your company. So it's paying it forward, I guess, so to speak, is what we're trying to do, to get more exposure to younger people.
Yeah. Gosh, what a great opportunity. How long you been on? Is this your first year on this committee? You've been.
I've been on membership. I've been on Edutech, and I've been marketing, and then now I'm marketing chair for this. I think this is my second year. It sounds mean, but it just starts to get to be a blur. But yeah, it's the only one I haven't been on is programming, and I don't know if they'll ask me to do it, but I don't know where I'm going next with NIBA, but I'm going to continue to do the trainings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, as long as you have something to give, keep giving, man.
So, yeah, a lot of years I've been on committee work.
Are you not going to climb any rungs towards?
That's not for me.
That's not for you.
If somebody determines that, then they determine that. I would love to.
You'd be honored.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'd take bribes and kickbacks to be president of NIBA. Who wouldn't? I've always said that. That's my joke.
Okay.
That's why I can't run for Congress or Senate. I'd be like, yeah, your daughter wants to get into Princeton? Sure. I'll vote that way. No, I'm kidding. Well, sorry.
No, you're fine. I've been looking at it the wrong way this whole time.
I'm like, what do you get to be president of NIBA? Yeah. It's an honor. It'd be a tremendous honor, but I want it to be earned and,
Oh, yeah, rightfully so.
There's a lot of great people that we have in the executive team, and yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, no, I feel rewarded being a part of this now, and I'm just venturing in my first year of this, so we'll see.
Yeah. I think the big thing with NIBA is just being honest and not conforming to every, having challenging viewpoints, and that was something I tried to do initially with memberships and, how do you get those small distributors to make it affordable for them to come to NIBA? How do you make it affordable for them to participate? Because they don't have 30 people working for them, can send 3 or 4 people to party at a resort for 3 days or attend the schools. So, we're moving the lightweight training out on the road, offering opportunities for companies with a certain amount of people that us trainers will come to the distributor and give them the short condensed version or whatever version they want. So we're looking at doing some different things without hopefully cannibalizing the classes that we've built, where it's really hands-on, and it really is a good class. I've been to both the heavyweight direct train and obviously I'm on the lightweight. So Buddy's crew and all those guys, Mike Heslau and all them, Dick McConnell. I mean, they run a great show.
That's awesome.
So
that's the way to do it. Getting out to the people. I mean, like you said, I can't speak for every distributor, but I can speak for myself. There's some expense to get people places to participate and be a part of that. Yeah,
and so that's why we keep evolving the course. We think we owe it to make it worthwhile for you to spend that 2 days and airfare, and I mean, we want to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, you got to get some.
Yeah.
Well, somebody had said to me, if you're not in NIBA, you're not in belting. So I
think that was Mark Jadwin. I don't know if he said it. I know I heard it from him. Mark Jadwin.
Okay.
Another mentor.
We'll get him credit today for it. All right, Mike, it's not always about doing conveyor belting. The day's done. I'm going to turn you upside down. What's fun when you're not doing belting? I know some of your guilty pleasures.
Well, we talked earlier, and I'm a huge music concert fan, so I attend a lot of concerts. Seen a lot, and I'm a concert snob, so if I'm not in the first 3 or 4 rows or front row, I probably won't be there, but love concerts. My hand's a little banged up right now. I don't know where that's going. Golf's a fun time for me.
Yeah.
But I like to do 9 holes in the evening a lot. I don't like blowing my whole weekend out with 6-hour rounds. It's an hour to get there, 4.5, 5 hours to play, and
it's a time suck.
And it's too long.
Yeah.
I love it, and I don't have really anywhere else to be. I bike. Outside of you, I'm an e-biker.
Okay.
And but I have 75-pound bikes that I really ride, and I have 550 on one, 520 on the other, and I just bought a third one.
Oh, rock on.
So I enjoy riding.
Good for you. I love biking, so. Yeah.
Well, we have a trail system in Ohio. blacktop trail that goes from Cincinnati all the way to Cleveland.
No kidding. How many miles is that?
297.
Oh my gosh.
And I've ridden, in one day I rode to Yellow Springs and went to Dave Chappelle's comedy club up there and turned around. It was 52 miles from my house, so it was a 104-mile trip.
Okay.
And I ran out of charge on the way back. So.
But you can dial those e-bikes into really where you're putting the screws to it still. It's
Yeah,
just,
like
it's just doubling your output.
Yeah, people make fun of it. And like mine has 5. It has Econ, Sport, and Turbo, and it had one other one. I ride an Econ if I'm just cruising, but I can turn it off, and then it has 8 speeds, and then you're pedaling a 75-pound bike. So I'll get up, and then I live right on a river too, so we kayak. We have a lot of kayaking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or cabrewing, as they like to say where I'm from.
Cabrewing.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Drinking and floating
I
for
get
4 or 5 hours.
Yes. So there's a lot in your backyard to take advantage of then.
Yeah, and I live in an area where I don't have to drive anywhere. I can walk to 15 different restaurants and whatnot. It's a really cool little town.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on out to Loveland, Ohio.
You're wooing me to. I'll bring my bike.
Yeah. And it's all flat.
Yeah.
Because abandoned train tracks is what they basically put it next to, and the river. So.
Okay. Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, get your hand healed, man, because I'm sure the links are calling to you. I know what you're saying about. I've got buddies who don't want to play early, and on a Saturday I'd love to get out 6:30. I'll wake up early for it just so I can get back home and still there's day left, because like you're saying, I mean, depending on the travel bookending it alone, you're still committed to a good 4-hour round depending on where you go. So
Does your son play?
He doesn't. His sports. He loves the pool, so we keep him and talk about every movement being resistance, or something. That's a heck of a workout. I can't even keep up with that. So whatever drives you, man, keep at it. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
So wait, when we talked music earlier, and yes, there is a pre-interview to the interview, but we were talking music. Van Halen is your absolute fave?
Yeah. First concert I ever went to, I was 8 years old, and I was at Kiss. And
Okay.
I was born in '69. I was 8. My aunt took me. I saw Kiss.
Oh, wow.
And I always said, that's always what I wanted to do, is to think about being up on stage, jumping around like a maniac for 2 hours. And I just think it's the coolest thing in the world. And yeah, Van Halen was my, 80s byproduct band that we would gypsy around from Indianapolis to Lexington to Louisville to Columbus to Cincinnati. And those days you camped out in line, and if you were the first the night before, you got front row tickets for $15-20, not this, $500 to kind of get close to concerts nowadays. It's ridiculous with
Yeah, it's absurd.
the brokers and third party.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Van Halen was my first show. I was a big Van Halen fan, and it was hard for me to watch the transition of music from that era into kind of the Seattle sound and the grunge rock and stuff. I was resistant for a while, but boy, once I let it take over, I was, like we were talking earlier, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all those bands that were coming out. It was hard to deny it. It was really good.
yeah, I just told you I just took my daughter to see Stained, which is Aaron Lewis, who has a secondary career doing country now. I don't know if I'm big into country now, and Aaron Lewis on the country side is unbelievable.
I'll have to listen.
Yeah,
I did not
he's
know that.
unbelievable. He was the lead singer of Stained, and he plays every night. And one night he'll play country, and the next night he's touring with Stained, and yet you need to go check him out. And I took her to that, and we've got a few other ones that we've got on our radar, but I don't know if they're going to happen with timing. I've got my youngest getting married, and it's not enough money left yet. I got to sell some more belt. I got to sell some more belt.
I'll get a hold of you. Let me know what other distributors I need to shake down for you.
That'd be
Help
great.
Mike out.
Yeah.
Well, this year's gonna go out with a bang. That'll be fun going to her wedding, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That'll be really rewarding.
Yeah.
You'll get back to the shows. I know you'll get back to the shows.
Yeah, I got to. I don't know what it is about live, loud music. It's just, it's an incredible feeling for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and no phone ringing. And I don't I don't do all these people that go, and I don't knock them, but why did you come to film the whole thing? I came here to listen to the music. I might take a picture or 2 seconds of one song, but I'm not I live for that moment to just be free of all that.
Yeah. No, I can vouch for that. I like the experience of sharing it with the others too. Like you're mentioning with your daughters, I took my son and my daughter to see Social Distortion a couple weeks ago, and that was, oh man, they still got it. It was a kick in the pants. But it's fun to watch punk get old because you're looking around at the crowd and they were the hip cool kids, and now we're all the old. Punk doesn't age well sometimes, but it ages well on stage for sure.
Well, I was spoiled living in Chicago for those years because you had the Riv, you had the Chicago Theater, and there was one other place, I can't think of the name of it, but big acts, the House of Blues, excuse me, would come in there, and the place would hold 1,000 or 2,000 people. And you'd see Joe Satriani, and you'd see whoever. I can't even tell you how many bands I've saw in Chicago. Chickenfoot with Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
I like that personal, close experience. So that's what got me to I can't go. Got invited to the Morgan Wallen concert down in Nashville, and he played Tennessee Titan Stadium, and we were in. It was incredible. He was incredible, but I hated it.
Half the time you're trying to get a feel for him on the screen above or something.
Yeah,
right?
It was just too much.
Yeah.
So.
I get it.
Yeah.
You spoiled brat with music. Rightfully so.
Well, it's funny because I couldn't play a lick of a tune or probably sing a song. I could probably bang on the drums a little bit. My brother's a drummer, so I could bang on his drums when he wasn't looking at times, but obviously nothing like that would get paid for it.
No. We play the radio better than we can play a musical instrument.
Yeah. So I'm old school. I'm in the car. I got my iPod or my iPhone plugged in, and I'm listening to music. It's my library. I buy all my music. I don't use some Spotify or any of that. I still go to Apple Music, and I took all my discs and put them into my library, and then I buy the music individually. If I like it, I buy it. I don't pay a subscription fee, which I'm probably really stupid by not doing that. But when I get on an airplane, it's all on my iPhone and my whole library and I go from Frank Sinatra to Ozzy Osbourne. It doesn't matter. I love I like that eclectic mix. I don't have playlists. It's all there.
Yeah. Good for you. I mean, everything from ABBA to ZZ Top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it all. I've seen Frank Sinatra. I saw him in Cincinnati, his last tour.
Oh, man.
Go to all of them.
Yeah. No, those are great memories, getting out and seeing music. I cherish it, too. I can't get out to enough of it myself right now, but...
Oh, and it's tough being up here. I'm an Ohio State Buckeyes fan, so I don't talk about that too much. But
all right,
we paid for our national championship. Now I'm done.
Okay, but this was your turn. It was number 9 on the list, and I put it it says Ohio State, and then it goes ... because I didn't know if I wanted to set myself up for that one, but
yeah,
you brought it up. I'm a loyal Ducks fan.
I feel for you.
Thank you.
I did.
And we joined the Big 12 with a splash, literally putting a big duck in the water where they were hosting the Big 12 meeting prior to the season, just to welcome ourselves like a bunch of assholes. Ran the table all season long. And we only beat you by a point in Oregon.
But you won.
We won.
People are like, we had clock management. No, they beat us.
We beat you guys, but my gosh, I mean, what a game plan! What a game! What an abusive game being on the other side, because it was a really hard game to watch. But I concede it was Ohio State. You guys had to play everybody to get there, and
yeah, but there's a lot of people not happy because we lost one game at the end of the season. You're talking to a guy who went to 20-something straight home and away games, Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I was done after we lost to Michigan. And
I know what that game
But
means.
I'm looking back now, and I'm like, I don't even remember it because we won the national championship. But I don't know, man. With the NIL and everything that's going on, I'm scared for college football and where it's going. I like kids to go to Oregon because they want to go to Oregon, not because Oregon's paying $1 million or Ohio State's paying $1 million. I want them to come there to win the tradition and win. Growing up, it was win the Big Ten and beat Michigan. We didn't care about the national champ. A lot of us old school guys, we didn't care because that's a party for us. Our team's going to Pasadena. They're going to Baton Rouge. You're not coming up to play at the Shoe for the national championship. You're going somewhere warm, and our kids were like, it's a party.
Yeah.
And they'd show up and get beat. Come out and play.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
And now it's a different mentality that I've had to adapt. Like the game, it means something, but it doesn't.
It's rough. I mean, it's like you're just fighting to hang on to what you had going into the next season, and that's a pipe dream. Is there, because they talk about there's been people bringing up the right things, like we should cap what the kids are getting, because otherwise they're free agents all the time, just trying to show up for themselves so they can then get to the bigs and make even bigger dollars. And
I think it's great for the big what they did, bringing Oregon, USC, Washington, the West Coast into that mix. Our conference, it's like I'm part of it. I run it. I mean, we're national. Yeah. We're a national conference.
Yeah.
And so it's all about TV markets.
Yeah.
You've got Rutgers and the East Coast. You got New York. You got Chicago with Northwestern. Wish Notre Dame would figure it out and get in our conference. It would be smart. And then you've got the West Coast. You got the whole country.
Oh, yeah. And it was pathetic what we had going on with the Pac-12 and being able to pick up and see it. It was the right move for us, too. It was wonderful. But how did you become an Ohio State fan? I mean, I know you live in the real estate, but what's your excuse?
So, again, you
didn't go to the school.
You only had I was supposed to.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
There was 3 channels that we had. It was either Notre Dame, ABC with the Buckeyes on when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And I was a baseball player in high school, fairly decent. And I had gotten some letters and some interest out of Ohio State during my high school run. And in 1988, when I graduated high school, they had given me an opportunity. I think they gave me some books, or they gave me something. They had written me a letter, and I was going to go, and everybody got fired. Earl Bruce, the athletic director in 1988, everybody got fired. That's when John Cooper came in, and I was in baseball. They didn't give money really, but even at Ohio State back then, they didn't give anything. Mm-hmm. And I went to Eastern Kentucky, and it haunts me.
I bet. Oh,
I should have just went there just because I was a diehard. I loved it.
Yeah. You're still there every damn home game now.
Yeah, I don't know. I said after last year, I think I might be done.
Really?
Yeah. It's gotten so expensive.
I wouldn't doubt that.
And I got to sell more belt.
Yeah. Again, attention distributors loyal to Mike out there.
No. I don't ever. I'm joking. I don't know. It's a time thing. Yeah. It's 2 hours up, 4-hour game. Yeah, 2 hours back. It's like playing golf.
Yeah, just a little more drive, depending. Oh, you poor guy.
Sometimes it's nice to sit on the couch that I paid for.
I can get up and go to the bathroom real easy right now. Yeah. Oh, how fun.
I don't really drink anymore, but if I have a drink, it's $2. It's not $11 at the game.
Yeah. What a ride. What a good season. Congratulations. I'll tip my cap to you.
I think you guys got a good run this year.
I think so. Recruiting looks good for 26 too, so I'm real happy. So we'll see. Okay, Mike, I always have to come up with a question that try to shoot from left field. And hopefully this is a cool one. What would you do if you found the winning lottery ticket? Do you think
Wow.
a lot of people are going to hang up their spurs and just run off.
I'm going to buy a belting company. Start over. I'm just kidding.
Rival those Mulherns.
No. I would graciously tell them I'll do whatever they want, but I'm one of those guys that would be like, you'd never see me again.
Oh, my gosh, right.
Yeah. Cabin, Montana, somewhere, no cell phone other than my kids.
Yeah. You can reach me at this number, but
Yeah. And you. I'll
Okay.
call you. I'll give you the number.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I wouldn't, yeah. I would just, yeah. I
Get
wouldn't,
get off the grid almost.
but
to
I
some
do it
degree.
graciously. I would give an out. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
unless they said get the heck out, then I would. But
Yeah. But just get out and enjoy your time, right?
yeah.
Yeah. That's the inviting part. It does sound inviting, but right now this is pretty.
What would you do? Invest it all back in here?
I'm a fool. I would. I would. I don't think I could. I've thought about that, and I, as much as I would love to cut and run, I would really like to see what a infusion of money could do to then just really go for it, in
And
a
how
different
would you
level.
do that? I'm just curious. Like equipment?
Yeah,
Personnel,
equipment.
more people?
It starts with a new building, but then go off of that. Yeah, certainly equipment and more supply and capabilities. Get more value add and maybe if a crew or two that you can really come after more because right now sometimes you can go reel in a big fish, but it doesn't mean you're prepared for that big fish right now. It'd be cool to be prepared for that big fish, and just there's so many people that I have working for me that have been there longer than me or as long as me that it'd be fun to see them through the gold watch. Hopefully it's a big enough lottery ticket though that if I want that gold watch in the moment I can afford a few more along the way.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird. I play the lottery. I'm one of those dummies that only plays it once it gets above like 700 million.
Yeah.
Because I've already got the first. No. I got taxes, kids.
Yeah. Have it out now. I can enjoy all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you get $20 out of this. All right, thanks.
Well, thank you, Mike. This is fun. I knew this would be fun. I've gotten to know you over the years, and I was looking forward to getting to know you a little bit more.
Well, I can't be more honored to be the first one back in the saddle, and hopefully people appreciate, and I'm sure you'll have a line of people that you need to get in here. I'm thankful for the list of people that you've already done that I know and appreciate what mentorship I've taken from them, and it's an honor, so thank you.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that, we burned almost a perfectly good hour. I'd like to take a moment and thank my buddy George Padilla and New Wave Studios for hosting the podcast and help to produce it and get it out there on the interweb because I'm not that guy. Also looking forward to getting George to NIBA. I didn't get him there. He got himself there. He's going to be doing photography at the convention this year, so it'll be fun for him to get introduced to some people that he helped make this happen, and they haven't even seen him face to face. So we'll make some introductions and have a good time. But I'm like Mike had said, I got some more people lined up, and we're going to do more of this. So stay tuned, people. Thank you.